Hello everyone! For shooting portraits, I guess we need good camera and good lenses. In this video, I will be talking about what kind of not that expensive camera and not that expensive lens can be used and still you can get really beautiful and nice portraits. So I hope you stay with me until the end. We are starting right now. Okay, so in this video I will talk about what kind of very cheap and nice camera and very cheap and nice lens I have been using actually for taking portraits. Right now, if you purchase this camera and this lens, you can get them for really good price and not spend thousands of dollars for camera equipment. The camera that is really great for portrait photography, and I am still using even up to now. I started using this camera in the beginning maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and I still love it. I still use it even now. I still use it together with the 1DX camera. It's this one. It's the Canon 5D Mark II. When I purchased this camera, actually it costed like $2,500. It was quite expensive, but right now you can still get this camera, well, only second hand of course. You cannot get it new, but second hand you can get this camera for like $600, $700, which is pretty good price for a full frame camera that takes really beautiful pictures. So if your budget is limited, if you don't have money to buy like 5D Mark III or 5D Mark IV, if you don't want to spend thousands of dollars for camera, you can still get this one and take really beautiful pictures. And in this video I will introduce you also a very nice lens which is really beautiful for portrait photography, and it's not that expensive. And also in the end of the video I will put a slideshow which will be showing pictures taken with this camera and with that lens. And I have quite a lot of pictures with that combinations that I'm really happy with. So for shooting portraits, you can use basically whatever camera you want. You can use mirrorless camera, you can use APS-C crop sensor camera, you can use full-size camera. The reason that I like full-size is because when you use full-size, you're gonna get much more beautiful bokeh and your background will look much better. And the reason why I like bokeh for portrait photography is because I want to keep the eyes of the viewers on my subject. My subject is the most important thing in the picture when shooting portrait photography. So that's why I'm not gonna be introducing you in this video APS-C cameras, like for example the 60D, 70D, 80D. They're also pretty good cameras, and I also have the 70D. But for portraits I prefer using my full-size 5D Mark II, which is taking really beautiful pictures, and it's amazing camera. And as I already said, you can get this camera for like around $600, $700 second hand, which is pretty amazing. So let's go next. Next I'm gonna talk about lens. What lens you put on this camera to take beautiful pictures. Here it is. This is the 85mm 1.8 lens. For many people, portraits means shooting at 50mm or shooting with 85mm. For me, actually, shooting portraits, the best lens for shooting portraits is 135mm f2. And yeah, I guess you know that already. And I'm using most of the time 135 at f2, but before I get to the 135, for a couple of years I've been using this lens quite a lot with this camera. So it's a really beautiful lens, and it's not that expensive. You can get this lens for maybe like $400 up to $500 new, maybe even less than $400 second hand. And it's amazing lens. It takes really great pictures. For shooting portrait photography, I really want to go from 85 and even maybe a little bit more. Well, as I already said, I prefer 135mm. With the 5D Mark II and with this lens, probably you're not gonna even spend $1,000 for great photography gear, for great portrait gear. And I believe you'll be really happy, and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars for camera and lenses. I believe this is a really good start. If you want to start portrait photography and you don't want to spend so much money in the very beginning, you can just start here. I still use this body as one of my main cameras. I shoot weddings with this body, I shoot a lot of portraits with this body, and I still love it. And believe me, I will be using this camera until the shutter already gives up and it's not usable anymore. So I really love this camera, and with this lens you can still shoot amazing portrait photography. How about you guys? Let me know in the comments what are your recommendations for reasonable camera and lens for portrait beginners, and also please let me know what are your favorite cameras and lenses for portrait photography. I would be happy to read your comments later. If there was anything useful in this video for you, please click the like button below, and I would be more than happy if you subscribe to my channel, because from now on I will be uploading also a lot of new videos, also in English, I promise. Thanks for staying with me until the end. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Yeah.